Hello.
Hey,
How's it going?
it's okay.
Good. Just import this stuff real quick.
No worries.
How's work going? Busy.
Yeah, a bit crazy. Just we're working on a pitch, and our director's a bit not very good with anything that's not in the real world.
Gotcha. That's sort of a VFX curse, right? Like,
Yeah, he's like, if I was filming it, I would do this. I'm like, but you're not filming
yeah. Sorry.
it.
Got some vitamin water here.
No worries. How's your week?
It's good. I showed the director I've been blocking out a run of shots, and I
Nice.
showed the directors today for the first time. I've been working with the soups, but the director time's so limited right now because we're a bit early in the process. So story is getting most of the attention, so we don't have much.
Yeah.
But I got a good reaction from everybody. A couple good notes, but nothing that was like everything was building on what I was going to do. So good dailies, very positive. So I was happy about that.
That must be a fun part of the time in the schedule.
Yeah. I think now is the best timing schedule wise, just because we're not crazy yet. Like, it's not so crazy that we're all working too many hours, but there's not enough inventory to really strap everybody to their desk yet.
Yeah.
So you kind of get a little bit more time to work on your shots just because you can't get it in front of the directors as often. So,
Yeah, that makes sense.
but yeah, thanks for asking. All right, let's look at this. I like the set's nice. It's clear.
See it happen. You'll become one of those hunchback, lonely old men sitting in a corner of a crowded cafe, mumbling to yourself, "My ass is twitching. Your people make my ass twitch." See it happen. You'll become
Cool.
one of those hunchback.
So my first reaction is that it just feels like we could hold some of these poses more. Kind of feels like we're moving through them a little bit too much.
Yep.
And then at the end here, there was a neck thing through here. I think it's because her neck is so straight out, it makes her head feel disconnected from her body.
Yeah.
I love how you have her raised up here. That's cool. And then I bet we could just simplify some of the body movement here because we're losing a little bit of the different phrasing in here because everything's kind of moving on a beat. So it's hard to distinguish. You're having to push your phrasing a lot harder than you probably need to because you want it to read more clearly. But just simplifying some of these moves will get that. Let's see.
Cool. That's something I have. The frame range, I think, is 315 or something.
Okay. What were you saying?
That's the thing I have trouble with because in VFX, it's all, everything's moving at the same time. So,
yeah. I mean,
that's one thing I'd really like to get better at.
Okay. Because your poses, you've got a lot of great poses here. It's just a shame that you kind of you don't let them shine enough. I think if we were to just take more time on some of these beats, you'd be there. No, I'm just going to go through these keys sort of quick, just so I can show you where I think you can just stick some of these poses.
Cool.
No. If we were to drop this head angle a little bit, it's going to pay off better on that move. Where's Bobby here? You're going there. You're going there with that wrist, so maybe just crank it back a little bit more, just to make it a little bit bigger of a move. These wrist angles, you're gonna get a lot out of that. And then this part's great. Yeah, I don't know if you need to move so much out of this.
Cool.
Maybe it's just more about, less about the body rotation and more like the head. Maybe doing more of that. But she stays focused on the mirror.
Cool.
I think I love this part where she like goes against that shoulder. You probably just let that be both of those beats, both hunchback and cranky. Watch that we don't lose the shoulder here. Maybe try to let that wrist do most of that arm move for you. So you get less of a change here, more of a change here.
Okay.
And I think this shoulder head thing is great. Graphic shape on the mouth. And then the head shake feels just a bit, you know, feels a bit disconnected from her thought. Maybe it's just holding back on that. So you do that more into this pose, like hunchback, lonely old man. Like it's more like a little bit of salt and pepper on the sandwich, and instead of a new. The weirdest acronyms. You know, you could probably actually do most of that in brows and eyes here. So you got this going, and then might be something as easy as just popping the eyes a little bit, bringing the brows down. Maybe drop the shoulder a little bit. Raise that one a little bit. Maybe it's cranking this a little bit more. Just this little accent.
Hunchback lonely old man sitting in hunchback lonely old man sitting in the east lonely old man sitting in the corner of the crowd. Lonely old man sitting in the corner of the crowd. Cafe music lonely old man.
And I like what you're doing here, where she like looks back in the mirror. Maybe you can hang on to that a beat longer.
Okay.
Or maybe it's instead sitting, like use this beat to have her look back and put that down maybe. Oh wait, no, because you do that whole, let me just experiment real quick. I'm trying to justify this move here, and I'm wondering if, because it gives you some nice contrast between. Maybe she just looks at it or something. It'd be nice to have something that's a little bit more clear as to what she's looking at or doing here.
Mm.
Maybe it's just like a little bit of like a glance at that, and then as like a secondary thing.
Yeah, cool.
Sitting in the corner of the
You know, maybe make it more of a breakdown.
Yeah.
You have like the look over, and then there's this beat with the eyes closed, and then that, and I bet you could probably just consolidate into this being almost like a breakdown.
Cool.
Like it's just lonely old Ben sitting in a corner, you know, just like a way to break it up.
Mm.
In the corner of the crowd.
See, there. So we've kind of been here. So we need to, what we've got going for us is now she's looking at us. So maybe there's a better, I think I love this pose. Maybe we're a little straighter, a little lower. Maybe this is more like rotated towards us now, so we're getting more, maybe more depth on that hand, or away from us. Something not just going like up and down this way, but we're also thinking about like forward and back in space. And getting some attitude in her here might be cool. It's more clear here. And this is funny, but we've had that head down angle. Maybe it's like pushing that up on her a little bit more. Maybe there's something you can do kind of funny, just pushing that. Yeah. really push that too far, but the idea is, up instead of down now.
Cool.
And if you rotate her more towards us, her neck, you won't have to crank her neck so far.
Hmm.
Let's see what she got. My ass is. Getting that draw pushed out help. I think your expressions are pretty funny. Just as a quick here. I don't like that.
No.
Maybe it's like less body movement, more like the. Doing that farther, maybe.
It's cool.
Because that might set up this one. Because I like this one a lot. Sorry, I make weird faces when where do we go from here? Just winding it up a little bit more. And then twitch, you just push out a little bit here. Maybe she looks back at her friend or who she was talking to. Just a simpler ending there. Twitch.
Cool.
Yeah, so I think it's just looking at all these keys. It's just focusing in on these keys a little bit more, and I think just acting within them a little bit more, tightening up that spacing. That, it's kind of a spacing thing from one key to the next. Let those keys have more screen time, and I don't think you need to move out of them quite so early. Like hang on to them a little bit more.
Yeah, that makes sense.
This is my favorite part. Come one of those, hunchback. And then if you hang on to this pose, which I think this is one of the favorites for me.
Cool.
Because you've got like her head turning this way and her shoulder going up, but her eye direction that way. And this is just a nice, there's a lot of nice things happening here. And then so stay in that longer. You know, hunchback, lonely old man. And then hunchback, lonely old man sitting on it. You know, that's kind of just like a thought change. She glances at the thing and then looks back. Get some attitude here where she gets serious. You know, she's a bit coy here. Hunchback, lonely old man. You know, thought change. She's kind of just just a means to change it up. Corner of a crowd, and she kind of gets serious here. Crowded cafe, get a little attitude on her,
Cool.
and that way you break out of the attitude with like that silliness. Like you get contrast between her train of thought there, and then into her expression, where you kind of maybe really caricature that a little bit more. You're getting it here, but I think just more in the body language too. Except I think right now you're trying to carry it too much in the face. Get more.
Okay, cool.
And then a little bit less head shake and stuff. More think about those like transitions, like my ass is twitching, yeah. And then I like where you go, you know, my ass twitch, yeah. Like a little flick or something, twitch. Maybe she looks back at her person she's with.
Cool.
That way you have another, you know. Yeah, I think this is working nicer. Looking back the opposite way.
Yeah.
It's all the same stuff, you know. Everything's kind of going this way, or head's turned that way, but her eye direction's that way, so you get a little bit more of an interesting pose. Cool.
Very cool. Thank you so much.
Yeah, of course.
Those are awesome.
Awesome. I feel like even corner.
Sitting in the corner of crowded cafe, mumbling to yourself.
Yeah. Cool.
Cool. Thank you so much.
Of course.